don't know whether you realize that Chicago was based on the reporting by Mrs. Watkins of 2 actual murder cases. And here we have Beulah Sharif Anand, who is the model for Roxy. And here she is in this beautiful 1924 photograph, and she was accused of murdering her lover, Harry Kalstead, 1924. Also, Belva Gertner is the model for Velma Kelly, and sorted this and that. And Walter Law, the body of Walter Law, her lover, was found in Gertler's abandoned car in March of 1924, along with a bottle of gin and an automatic pistol were found on the floor of the car. Gertner was acquitted on June the 6th, 1924. So these are the 2 bases. These ladies are the originals of Roxy and Velma. And how's it look? Come show me.
Oh, he needs to stand up.
Yeah, come show me this. I haven't seen it finished.
You want to
Of course, I'm talking about the costume. Yes, button it up. We always have a problem because this lady has an extra vertebra. She has an extra vertebra, and I'm always forgetting that. But here you see, we avoid the whole issue because it's just skin.
There you go, stand up.
See, it's just skin. So this is the one we just made.
Yes.
But a year ago.
Yes.
Yeah, a year ago.
Just a year ago.
But just a year ago. So that's pretty good for us.
I know.
People say, oh, how clever, black. They're all in black. Well, you want to know why they're all in black? This is what happened. When you're an apparel coordinator, the simplest things when people bring things from home is everybody has a black tuxedo. And if you don't have a black tuxedo, of course, we can go rent one. But all the ladies were asked that very first year when we were doing these readings, they hold the script at the encores, and then they sort of perform. Well, now they're fully staged productions. But back then, it was really holding the script, 1995. And the first one was Fiorello. And so I thought, since we had, $1,000 to do the entire production costumes, that's what it was, tuxedos and black dresses from home. Marie is my oldest daughter, and we worked together on something.
Yeah.
Well, about 3 years ago.
Yeah, thank you.
3 years ago. And it was she played a teenager, as a teenager. And she's now playing a teenager. I think a little older than a teenager.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
But William always takes very good care.
Skinny. I'm a little worried about
I'm so glad you're saying this on camera. Please air this.
He helped me buy my tuxedos for the 1999 Tony Awards.
That's right.
My Armani, that's right.
But the first show we did was Guys and Dolls.
That's right.
And then Annie Get Your Gun.
Yeah.
And now this. And this, and this, and this, and this.
Yeah.
The Tony Awards. So.
Brioni, yeah, you know what? I got a smaller one this time. I just got a new one. And this tuxedo is a little smaller than the last one.
Interesting. Very good. Congratulations.
Am I right? I'm right.
Very good. Lost like 30.
I lost like 15 pounds,
I
baby.
feel it. I feel it.
Stop it.
And it's interesting that you've got black, but then since it's all against skin, it's just part of the S&M.
Right. A little bit of extra leather going on.
Very extra leather. Exactly.
This actually works good because my trunks are actually pretty thick, so they hold me in pretty tight. And then
They're
I
pretty
just stay
thin,
in
but
the
pretty thick. Yes.
Pretty thin, but the edging on them makes it a
Oh,
hard
this
edge.
edging is very good.
So then
Does Jennifer make, this is Jennifer? Yeah, this is Jennifer. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's better.
That's all there is to it.
See?
There isn't much, but it's your finest work.
It's nice.
Yeah.
This lady right here, Maureen Dallas Watkins, was the reporter. And she was in Chicago working for the Chicago Tribune. And in Melbourne, there was this guy in the chorus, and we called him Spiky Chris because he had spiky hair, and his name was Chris. So Spiky Chris wore to rehearse, he would rehearse in black leather pants. And Anne Reinking said, I've never seen anyone be able to rehearse in black leather pants. Why don't we put that look in the show? So we have a Spiky Chris look in the show, and we still call it Spiky Chris. So we sort of picked that up in Australia. And we do that as we go along. We're getting ready to be in our, 26th country altogether. Can you imagine? 26 countries. And most of those are totally redone, brand new productions of Chicago. So it's been quite a privilege. It's the type of play that encourages personal expression that is beyond the call of, shall we say, the script. So everyone can become themselves within the framework of the direction, the choreography. There's still room for total blossoming of quirkiness and unique abilities. Speaking of quirky and fabulous and allowing got you back.
Thank you.
So glad. Look at you.
You did it.
You know, we found this. I want to show you something. The murderess. You're not the murderess, but look, I've been researching, and look what I found. There's your
My
flower.
flower.
Isn't that hysterical?
Wow.
Belva Gertner, 1924. We didn't even know.
She's a little
I
bit,
know.
little bit of dark makeup.
Yeah, it's just. We can start with that. Stretch clothes, just to leave you with this idea, you can't really have a fitting with stretch clothes because you have to sew them to see if they fit. So actually there's a lot of wasted fabric in the process of making stretch clothes because can you imagine pinning, see-through clothes? Doesn't work. So that process takes a bit of time. I'm sorry I've talked too much, but I wanted to tell you the story of all the different years and all the different permutations. I hope that was interesting.
Yes.
Thank you.